Good day. I will be conducting a lesson that is based on the tortoise and the hare. And I'll start with reading the story. The tortoise and the hare. Once there was a strong young hare who bragged about how fast he could run. The wise tortoise thought he was a show-off, so he asked the hare for a race. The hare thought he would easily beat the tortoise. All of the animals gathered at the finish line to see who would win. As soon as the race started, the hare dashed ahead. After a little while, he stopped for a rest. "You are so slow, you will never win," he said to the tortoise. The hare leaned against a tree. "The tortoise will never beat me," he laughed to himself. The hare closed his eyes and soon he was asleep. The tortoise walked slowly past the hare. He didn't give up until he got to the end of the race. The animals cheered as they saw the tortoise. "Tortoise, you are the winner," they shouted happily. The hare heard the cheering and woke up. He ran as fast as he could towards the finish line, but it was too late. The tortoise had already crossed the line. "It's not fair," complained the hare. We have to do the race again." But this time, no one listened to the hare. Keep trying even when things seem hard. Now I will move to the questions. 2.1 says, formulate 3 lessons objectives using the Bloom's taxonomy. The topic is based on reading and viewing, story comprehension, and the grade is for grade 3. The lesson objectives: 1. Recall, to identify the main characters and setting in a story. Number 2, grasping, to explain the sequence of events in the story using their own words. 3. Create, to create a digital story map showing the characters, setting, and events of the story. 2.2 ICT, Integrated Learning Activities, Introduction. The activity is when the learners will watch and listen to the digital story. The teacher will display an animated story on a projector or interactive whiteboard. Learners watch and listen to the story. After viewing, learners answer simple oral questions about the characters and setting of the story. Evidence of Wix, screenshots of the video, list of oral questions used. Development activity: interactive story sequencing. Learners use tables or computers to complete a digital sequencing activity on Google Slides or PowerPoint. They drag and drop pictures to place story events in the correct order. Evidence for Wix. Screenshot of the sequencing activity. Learner completed digital worksheet. Consolidation. Activity: create a digital story map. Learners use Canva or PowerPoint to create a simple story map showing characters, settings, beginning, middle, and end. Learners present their story map to the class. Evidence for Wix. Sample story map template, completed learner story map. Analysis of each activity. There shall be an introduction. ICT tool used: YouTube story video, projector, interactive whiteboard. What the teacher will do is play the digital story, pause to discuss important parts, ask questions about characters and settings, guide learners during discussion. What learners will do: learners will watch and listen carefully, identify characters and settings, answer all questions, participate in discussion. How the activity helps achieve the lesson objective. The visual and audio story helps learners identify and remember the characters and setting. Meeting the first lesson objective. Development. The tools that will be used are Google Slides, PowerPoint. What the teacher will do. The teacher will demonstrate how to complete the sequencing activity, explain instructions, monitor learner progress, provide support where needed. What will learners do? The learners will drag and drop pictures, arrange story events in order, discuss answers with classmates, complete the digital activity. How the activity helps achieve lesson objectives. Sequencing events helps learners understand the story and explain what happened first, next, and last. Consolidation. ICT tools use Canva and PowerPoint. What the teacher will do. Show an example of a story map, explain how to complete the template, assist learners during the activity, facilitate presentations. What learners will do. Create a digital story map, add pictures and words, present their story to using a map, explain the story to the class. How the activity helps achieve the lesson objective. Creating a story map allows learners to organize and present information from the story. Demonstrating understanding and creativity. Accommodation of learners with different level of learning abilities. Visual learners benefit from pictures, videos, and story maps. Auditory learners benefit from listening to the digital story and participating in class discussions. Learners require support can work with peers or use picture prompts. Advanced learners can add more details and sequence to their story.